Hi, I'm Esmerelda Seay-Reynolds and I'm with Next Model Management. I've been modeling since this June. I went to an open call after school was out and they offered me a contract that day. And they were just so enthusiastic. I knew that they were the ones who were going to really push me. I always dreamed about working in fashion. I didn't know what I was going to be exactly, but I knew that I would end up somehow in this industry. I took many courses in fashion at Parsons, the new school. I always went to the Met exhibits, the Bergdorf windows at Christmas time. I always loved it. It was always sort of a magical world to me, and I think that's the best part for me about being a model, is getting to see all these amazing things and people that I've always dreamed about getting to meet. The year that the Alexander McQueen exhibit was at the Met, well, that was a very big deal for my family because my mom went to college for fashion and we're all very into it in my family, and we were very sad when Alexander McQueen died, and we went out and we all got one piece of Alexander McQueen clothing so that to wear to the exhibit, and that was my first McQueen, and he was one of my favorite designers of all time. And I have this Alexander McQueen top that I keep at home, and I love it. It's this one of his chiffon shirts, very loose, but it's got this amazing red fire print on it, and I'd say that that's my most coveted piece probably. My style, it depends. I sort of have to change it a bit for work, but usually I like things that are usually Tim Burton-y, I guess would be the way to put it, which works for me because I kind of look like one of his characters. And I like tutus and doing crazy things like that, but at work, because it needs to be much more, they need to be able to see your body and things like that, I tend to go a bit more minimalistic. I really like the soldier look, so like that. I had several exclusives with her. I did the closed Marc Jacobs in New York for her, then Open Jazz in London for her, then did her Katie Grand Loves Hogan press presentation in Milan, and then also Louis Vuitton in Paris. I was told that I was being considered for a Marc Jacobs exclusive, and I went in to meet with Michelle Lee, who was casting Marc Jacobs, and I also met Katie. And then I found out the night of the show, of the Marc Jacobs show, Katie came up to me, she's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Good." She's like, "You're closing the show." And I almost started crying. She's like, "Don't do that, your makeup's going to run." And then I found out that night right before I went on stage that I was flying to London the next day, so I had no idea about any of it. And it wasn't until I got to London I found out about Milan and then Paris. So it was very crazy. Wonderful whirlwind. Milan is really beautiful. I loved going to the Duomo. That was one of my favorite parts. I think though I would have to say Paris, just because that was always a place that was very magical to me when I was a child. I always wanted to go there, and it's got this, just the buildings and everything about it. The aesthetic is so intense and incredible. It's like this dream world, and I love that about it. It can be very hard to make friends as a model just because of the time constraint, and there's never really time to go get a coffee with someone, especially because if you like a girl, she might live in Norway, so it doesn't always work. But I'm friends with a few. Natalie Westling, we've done a lot of stuff together. Then there are a few girls that I sort of I like and know, and then there's some girls who don't even speak English, so